Hi everyone, Bernard here from the Citizen channel, and we have a match preview today, but I can't help but mention a certain thing that's happened, certainly the evening before I'm doing this. Obviously we'll go ahead with this Aston Villa versus Manchester City preview, 8:15 PM Villa Park, 21st of April. But yeah, as you see in this, I've done a sort of live show the previous night, so please check that out anyway, as long as it's all gone to plan anyway, so check that out anyway. But obviously I'm doing this with this Sucker League, not Super League, Sucker League that's been announced now. So I'm going to do this Villa preview because we're still in the Premier League as far as I know as I'm doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And obviously if you're watching this, then we're no further along that line of being kicked out because I won't release it unless we're still in it. So there you go. Yeah, Aston Villa versus City. Sky Sports main event and Sky Sports Premier League. I mean, what sort of concoctions will we have to watch it on perhaps from next season or whatever it is? Who knows? I have no idea. Then again, we'd normally try and be there, wouldn't we? But that's not how it is. We'll have our usual features, perhaps a little down a level, I suppose. A little brief History Boys. Please check out my History Boys vlog. Anyway, I've done the History Boys vlog on in more detail on the Aston Villa trips to Aston Villa in the past. Of course, we'll have the odds on the game. We can still have a flutter, can't we? So, yeah, we can still have a flutter on football, no matter who's playing. But hey, there you go. Please, if you're new to this channel, hey, things will get better. Well, they'll probably get worse, won't they, before they get the better. But please push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications when these vlogs are coming out. I do City history. I'll perhaps be only doing City history soon. That's the only thing I'll be doing. So whether there's any demand for that, I'm not too sure. But hey, we keep going, don't we? So please check out all my playlists on City stuff, and you will see some movie and TV. There's always movie and TV stuff. So hey, at least I've got something to fall back on when in these dark nights and dark afternoons where City might not be playing anymore, but there you go, or playing in some sucker league that I have no interest in watching whatsoever. So check out those film and TV links as well, and if you know somebody might be interested in those, please point me in my direction. That'd be fantastic. All your comments are welcome, please. I'll probably do more live shows at the moment, the way things are going, but yeah, just leave your comments below. We'll have let me know your feelings anyway. On the Villa game, perhaps. We'll keep it to the Villa game for this one. Let's keep an eye on that one that's coming up, so let's have a look at that. And please, if you're after friends or followers on Facebook and Twitter, there's lots of action on there at the moment. Please friend and follow me. I do check every 2 or 3 days and follow and friend everyone back. Yeah, so before I go into the Villa thing, yeah, I mean, obviously, I think I've not seen anyone who has a positive word to say for this yet, this Sucker League. And I don't see where we will get any positivity for it, to be honest with you. I think most of us hoped that City wouldn't jump on this bandwagon, hoped that City wouldn't get in bed with the people who's tried to stab us in the back for so many years. And even now, if you look at the committee who's running this, there's no actual guy from City on that either, is there? So who's to say this lot won't stab us in the back again? I mean, absolutely not. But a big mistake by the owners of City on this one. I have no idea where they're coming from. I think we should have rose above this, but hey, there'll be more said on that. And obviously, as I said, if you watch my live show, we probably discussed it last night. But anyway, so we'll go ahead with this for the time being and see what happens. I mean, I did actually get my Wembley tickets, but I have asked City if there's a possibility of a refund because I'm not overly impressed that the club I love has actually sold football down the road, and all the history of our wonderful team is gonna doesn't count for nothing, obviously, but it's all going to be totally ignored, isn't it, at the end of the day when all this new thing kicks off. But I am hoping, fingers crossed, this is just a ploy by these teams, and it's all to get more money out of UEFA, perhaps. But it's a funny way, it's a drastic way of doing it, isn't it? But as I say, I'm hoping to actually pinch myself and wake up and put this behind us. Anyway, let's have a look at Aston Villa versus Manchester City, because at this stage it's still going ahead. There's no problem there. Yeah, away at Aston Villa, we've played them 78 times. We've not got a great record, actually. We've won 18, drawn 24 and lost 36. So yeah, that's probably dates back to the early days of the Football League when Villa were quite good, a long time ago. History, you see, there's nothing wrong with history. We scored 92 goals and had 132 goals scored against us. So I would go as far as to say that's one of the worst, even up there with the Liverpools and stuff like that. The last time we played them, of course, was an interesting one, wasn't it? We had a 6-1 that day, didn't we? We had 12th of January 2020, a 6-1 victory at Villa, so not too far back to remember. 3 for Aguero, a couple for Mahrez, and Jesus chipped in for one. And we would have had a clean sheet, but Mr. Gundogan decided to foul a Villa player in the 91st minute, but there you go. But 6-1, we like a 6-1, don't we? Our biggest defeat, actually, is you have to go right back to 1901. No, I wasn't there, and my great-granddad probably wasn't there. I don't know, it's a long, long time ago, and I don't think anyone's around to comment on it, is there? Yeah, 7-1 defeat back then. Although Villa was struggling that season, they had actually won the league the year before, so he still had a good team and turned it on for that game, 1st of December 1900. Just 12,000 crowd. Where were you when you were such and such? A consolation goal came from a guy called Joe Cassidy. As I said, please check this. I'll go into more detail on my History Boys vlog of all these, so please check that out about Joe Cassidy. A little bit more information on there about him. It was his only season at City where he actually wore the 8, 9, 10 and number 11 shirts, but that's his only season at City. But as I say, find out a little bit more on my History Boys vlog. Our biggest away win previous to that, obviously, was back in 1990-91. And a lot of us sort of my age and a little bit younger remember that one, a 5-1 win. So as we're playing Villa this season, that's almost 30 years to the day. Doesn't feel like it, and it feels a lot longer ago now with what's just happened. Yeah, so a crowd of 24,168. It was David White, wasn't it? The David White show. He scored 4 and Brennan got the other one in that 5-1. Of course, it would help us that season. For the first time in 13 seasons, we weren't in the top division for a couple, 2 or 3 of those years, but for the first time in 13 seasons, it helped us finish above United, which was always nice. But yeah, we were 21 points behind Arsenal, even though we finished 5th. So Arsenal, yeah, they were good then, weren't they? Yeah. We're going to be super now, aren't they, as well? Yeah, I'll try not to comment too much as I'm going through this. I'm sorry, my fault. How are they doing? How are they doing so far? I mean, let's face it, before the Monday evening game, they sit 11th. I think they still will, because it's Leeds Liverpool, isn't it? I think they're probably above them, I'm sure. They're above... Yeah, Leeds are above Villa, so it's not going to alter the fact they're going to sit 11th. So their home and away form is similar. There's, as I say, a lot of teams are doing better away from home this season, but not particularly with Villa. It's pretty consistent the same. And let's make no bones about it. This is quite an outstanding season for them. I mean, they just about clung on last year, didn't they? But we've seen a bit of a revelation. But as I say, they've sort of bottomed out sort of halfway sort of 10th, 11th, 12th. And yeah, so... They're doing okay. They're not as much as a disaster as they were last season. Of course, it'll take some heart, and no doubt Dean Smith, the manager, would have been taking notes of that at Leeds. Obviously, Leeds are in a similar position, a similar sort of record as well. Taking notes of that Leeds defeat of us last week. Although obviously, if we can manage 29 shots against Villa, let's hope we put 3 or 4 in. Hey, that'd be nice. And obviously, the hands of Chelsea. So a few of the little cracks are showing in City's team. Although we don't know what team we're going to play, I'm hoping we go strong. But I'm sure the Villa players will be well up for this. They've not had a game for 11 days. They've had a nice 11-day break, so they'll be nice and fresh. It was a defeat at Anfield the last game, and that was a little bit unlucky. That was very late on. They lost that one, but they did beat a resurgent Fulham 3-1 in the very last game before this little break at Villa Park. But they also had lost to Spurs and Leicester and drawn with Wolves in recent memory at Villa Park. So again, very mixed. They've lost to the good teams and sort of done okay against the not so good teams. They do have some injuries. Grealish is out, which is mostly good news, although he's not my favourite player anyway. I've never over been impressed with Grealish. Trezeguet and Moraes are also missing the game. Morgan Sanson, I don't know too much about him. He may be able to return. At least he might get on the bench and something like that anyway. So yeah, my thoughts on the game. Yeah, it's become a must-win game, hasn't it? Unfortunately, although does it matter? Does it matter whether we win the league? Will we be in the Champions League? Does it matter? I mean, if we finish second, we'll be in the Champions League. But I mean, we want to win it, don't we? As at this point in time, I've not totally give up on City. As I say, there's a little bit of me just hopes this is all a dream, or a little bit of me hopes that this is just a ploy and it's all City going to realise what idiots they're being and change their minds. But yeah, we should go strong. I expect Pep to go strong. He did rest certain players in the semi-final, didn't he? On the basis that we would go strong for this. Whether he did rightly or wrongly is another matter. KDB is going to miss this one definitely. As I'm recording this, they're still sort of checking. They're still not quite sure, but they have confirmed he will miss the Villa game. Although a couple of people have said he'll be back for the Carabao Cup game, but I don't know where they've got that information from. But hey, there you go. So yeah, but what we need is obviously for the guys who picked up last time when KDB out to pass the baton on again. We want them to stand up. I mean, I'm thinking of Gundogan here and Bernardo, Arnton and people like that, and Foden especially, who obviously did enough when he came on last week. But there you go. We want those players to actually stand up, and perhaps Cancelo to start. He's had his purple patch. Perhaps we've seen the best of him now, but players like him to step up to the mark as well. We can't afford to ease our way into this game either. We can't afford to faff about for 45 minutes and then go all guns blazing in the second half. We need to dominate this game. We need to have the ability, if need be, to, if we're playing our strongest team, to actually take players off just to consolidate a nice victory. We need to do that. I mean, no disrespect to Villa, on the day we should be able to do that. We should be able to play our best team, hopefully put the ball in the old onion bag, which is sometimes not as easy as we think it is, or at least create chances. We didn't really create any chances against Chelsea, did we? But we need to go at this and be comfortable and be able to say at 2 or 3-0 up on 60 minutes to actually take players off. If we're chasing this game, it can get very nervy. I think the players are getting. I think Pep's getting a bit nervy, and no wonder. I mean, obviously, shame he wasn't feeling the nerves before the Leeds game. He might have played a better team, but there you go. United keep winning. Will they win? They got some tough games. Don't get me wrong, but people keep saying, "Oh, they won't win every one." But I remember people say that about Leicester when they won the league. Oh, they'll blow up. They won't keep winning. But there you go. But yeah, I hope we can take players off that have started with a strong team, just because not because we're desperate, just to consolidate, because we can put good players on there, so there's no doubt about that. So that's what I want to do against Aston Villa. I say no disrespect to Aston Villa, they've done fantastic this season, but we've really got to win this. I mean, but Villa fans, I think will be confident. I mean, why not? Go for it. I mean, there's nothing to lose, is there? They're not going to get relegated or anything. So yeah, we might see an interesting performance from Aston Villa. And we will have to sort of sort any nerves out we've got and just get back to winning ways desperately. Because if we lose this, then the panic may start just to set in a little bit. So my 11, looking at that my 11 and thinking about, we've got a Carabao Cup final, I think, unless we get thrown out of that. We've got a Carabao Cup final because come on Sunday. So my 11, I'm going to go Edison, obviously. I say I'm going to go as strong as I can, but thinking about what Pep does as well. So I've sort of had a bit of a mix and match here. Walker's got to be in there. Stones. And I put Laporte, although obviously and give Diaz a rest. And I'm not worried about Stones and Laporte at the back. I'll be quite happy with that, to be honest with you. And Zinchenko, I think Zinchenko needs to come in. And I think he'll always should be coming in preference to Mendy, unless we actually win that league and we've got 2 or 3 games left. And Mendy can jump in there if need be. But obviously we're running out of games now, aren't we, for that to happen. But yeah, so the back line, Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte. I won't be upset if Diaz does it. And Zinchenko. In the middle, yeah, I wouldn't mind Ferner. I wouldn't mind him playing, but he probably won't. I think it'd be Rodri, Gundogan and Bernardo. I think they're going to be there, the sort of middle 3, with Bernardo doing his old role of picking stuff up and bringing it up like Sterling was attempting to do against Chelsea. I have no confidence in Sterling doing anything. And to pick the ball up in midfield and think he's going to sort of keep it and actually create something, it was a bit scary, wasn't it, against Chelsea? So that's your middle 3. And Mahrez, Foden. And I'd give Jesus another chance because a lot of people have sort of lumping him together now with Sterling, etc. But I think Jesus might have had a couple of dodgy games, but if he's got better players around him, I think he'll do far, far better. So I would give Jesus another chance. So that's the team. Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, Rodri, Gundogan, Bernardo, Mahrez, Foden and Jesus. I mean, let me know what you think anyway. I say, but definite, I mean, some other players could come in, but definite non-starters. Shouldn't be anywhere near this starting lineup. Sterling, who you could bring on either 3 up or something, try and get him to get some confidence back, although we're losing hope of that, aren't we? He just seems to be gone. I don't want to see Mendy anywhere near that team.
And again, I feel a little bit sorry for him. I don't want him anywhere near the team, but I do think he needs a bit more opportunities. He's had a crappy season one way or another with COVID and obviously getting games. But Torres, and people are picking on Torres, I think it's a little bit unfair to say he's only a young lad and obviously under the circumstances. So I don't want to see him anywhere near the team, but I've not given up on Torres yet, and I don't think any of us should, because he's done okay for Spain. So there's something there. We just have to bring it out of him, and we're not quite doing it at the moment. Anyway, so that's my 11. Let me know what you think about your starting 11. But they're three. There's probably 2 or 3 others non-starters, but they're the definite ones I don't want to see anywhere near that lineup. I mean, if he has to stick him on the bench, fair enough. But I don't want him. I don't want him anywhere near. Match officials for this one, yeah, we got Mr. Peter Bonks. He likes doing the VAR, doesn't he? But he's actually the referee this time. So there you go. Peter Bonks is our referee. Assistants: Lionels and Neil Davis and Harry Leonard. 4th official, Anthony Taylor. Well, he can't do much damage there, can he? VAR, we got Jared Gillett. Yeah, he was the old Australian. Yeah, he was in the Australian League. Was it the A-League or whatever it is in Australia? So he's, I know he's done the referee games, hasn't he? I don't remember him too much doing City stuff, to be honest. I know he went to the Championship for a while, didn't he? But I'm sure he's done Premier League games as well. Jared Gillett, and assistant VAR, we got Stephen Child. Yeah, score prediction. Yeah, I'm not going to go too brave. I mean, all respect to Villa, I think they will give us a tough game. I'm hoping we'll keep a clean sheet, but I wouldn't be surprised if Villa do get a goal. But I'm hoping that we will keep a clean sheet and a comfortable 2-0. I'm going for a comfortable 2-0, hopefully. I don't want to over egg the thing. I think someone's due a good thrashing. Let's be honest about it. Someone's due a good 4, 5, 6er, but I don't think it'll be Villa, because I think Villa are not bad at all. I'm quite impressed with Villa this season. All credit to them. So I've gone for just for a 2-0 for City, but a comfortable-ish 2-0, where obviously we'll probably go 2-0 ahead and then hopefully control the game. It'll probably end in tears, but hey, there you go. Right, all the odds. Yeah, you're having a little flutter. Please let me know. But please, I don't condone gambling. And when the fun stops, stop and always be gamble aware. This is just for pennies, this. And good job it was last time. I mean, the thing is with these odds things, don't forget, I do it with my heart. I don't really do it with my head. If I was betting with my head, I probably won't come up with some of these bets. So I'll try and find the value around City-orientated stuff. I very rarely would bet against City on these, because it's just for fun. But so if City have a bad day like they did against Chelsea, I'd probably lose, and I did lose my deposit on this one. I was hoping perhaps for a few, 3 goals, but obviously we had to be happy with 1, didn't I? I mean, on reflection, I was a bit silly. I did point out there was a good price on under 2.5 goals, but there you go. I didn't go for it. I was hoping City would be a bit more dominant, or a bit more up for it, or a better team put out. Let's face it. So yeah, so all these are based on the big bookmakers, the best prices from on the 18th of April. I've done those bets in the morning, so please check what the prices may be slightly different now. Yeah, so it's a 3-point loss last time, so not total disaster. I didn't go too mad obviously last time, but as I say, that's quite normal if City have a bad result. It's probably par for the course. Right, yeah, Villa are odds on actually for a top 10 finish, odds on. So I say they do actually sit 11th at the moment, so that's a bit mean, isn't it? But they are 6-5 for a bottom half. I mean, do you think they can really overtake Leeds, Arsenal, Everton, Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea? So yeah, I think 6-5 is not a bad little bet to finish in the bottom half. I think they should definitely finish 11th or 12th. But yeah, I'd be surprised if they overtake Leeds. But that's not a bad price for the bottom half. I think it's a bit mean. They're odds on for the top 10. I think that's a bit iffy. They do have games in hand though, that's the thing. So as long as we beat them, then obviously that looks less likely, doesn't it? That obviously if they beat us, then yeah, top 10 is very, very possible. If we beat them, as we should do, no disrespect, then yeah, it's more like bottom half. But that's interesting. I mean, the bookies are just following the flow, aren't they? So that's fair enough. Managers to go, yeah. I mean, Dean Smith's as safe as houses. He's like Pep. He's 100-1. Although I've just heard Mr. Moaning Maureen's gone because he objected to this sucker league. So Yeah, I mean, as safe as they can be. I mean, obviously, I don't want Mourinho down to go. Not as favourite anyway. The match odds, yeah, City are 4-11 to win, 4-1 the draw, 8-1 for Villa to win. Yeah, first goal scorer. I've not done that, but there's a couple of good prices on there. You got Mahrez and Foden, who I think should both be playing. They're 11-2, and Gundogan 7-1. So I think they're good prices for first goal scorer. As I said, I'm not really looking at the Villa side of things yet, so just the City side. Both teams to score yes and no are both 10-11. So interesting. I'm going to probably push for no, but as you'll see from my correct score prediction in a minute, I'm just edging my bets a little bit. So that's an interesting bet. Anyway, if you fancy one or the other, 10-11 is nearly even, so it's not bad, whichever one you fancy. Correct score 2-0, which is what I said before. It's 13-2, so I'm just having half a point on that. And I'll go 3-1 as well. I'll give them a goal. I'll give Villa a goal. Hopefully it's 93rd minute or something when we're 3-0 up. I'll give them a consolation goal. But that's 12-1, so I've just had half a point on that. If you fancied a 1-0 like it was a couple of seasons ago, was it, when we were going for the title, a very cagey game, a comfortable 1-0 I think. It was cagey, but I think we were quite comfortable. That was 1-0, 7-1. If you fancied 3-0, that's 9-1. If you fancied a repeat of last season, a 6-1, that's 110-1. There you go, put a quid on that, you'll lose a quid. Yeah, half-time, full-time. It's got to be City, surely, this one. I mean, I can't see past that, can you? I mean, I know Villa will defend with the heart, all hands on deck the first half. But I expect, I'm hoping, I expect City to be far more positive from the off in this one. So 21-20, I've gone for 2 points on that. I've gone mad. A 2 point on 21-20. City winning at half time, and obviously City winning at full time. So fingers crossed it goes to plan. But I've took a chance on that one. I'd normally only go a point, but it's hardly worth the bother, is it? 21-20. So I've got 2 points on that. A draw, and then City to win 10-3. So you think Villa will hang on for the draw, and then City will come good at the end. That's not a bad price. Anytime goal scorer, yeah, the only one who stands out is again Gundogan, and he's 23-10, 2.3 to 1. So that's not bad. Programs are falling down. I hope that's an omen that they're going to fall down in front of us. Yeah, so he's 23-10. So I'll just go half a point on Gundogan to be anytime goal scorer. Under-over markets, over 2.5 goals is 8-11. Nothing in that, really. If you fancied over 3.5, you'll think it's a bit of a goal fest. That's 7-4, so that's not a bad price. And the winning margin, to win by 1 goal is 13-5. That's not a bad price, but to win by 2 goals is 3-1. So they're good prices as well if you fancied that. But as I said, the bets I'm having today with this one, correct score 2-0. At 13-2, 3-1 at 12-1, half time, full time, City 21-20, and anytime goal scorer Gundogan at 23-10. So there you go. City haven't released. I think they've gone all quiet on the website. They've not released who's on the We're Not Really Here show. Just check with the City site to see who's on that. They've usually put it on by the time I'm doing this recording, but they're a bit slow. Perhaps they've got other things on their mind. Who knows? But so please check the City site for that, as well as everything else. I have sort of refreshed the City site every hour at the moment just to see what's happening. so there you go. It's or to see if they've got the bottle to come out and actually say something, because they've been very, very quiet apart from making official statements and even allowing certain tossers called Glazer to appear on our website as well. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely, they want to just sterilise everywhere and start again and have a rethink and sort it out. But our wonderful chairman, I think, needs to come out and say something, but he's just sat there. But then again, none of the others are. They're all doing it through statements, so I suppose they've all agreed to do that. They've all agreed to be cowards and not come out and say anything publicly, haven't they? So, or answer questions, etc., etc. We will get a statement, no doubt, but hey, there you go. Anyway, so please check all my recent vlogs out. There was obviously that was the week that was for the last couple of games that came out quite recently, in history vlogs, of course. And check out my History Boys vlog on this Villa game as well. As I said, the stuff we'd looked at before in far more detail, a bit more information, especially about Joe Cassidy as well. Joe Cassidy, interesting, where he came from as well. There you go. I think Scottish, yeah. From my memory's rubbish. It really is. I did that recording a couple of days ago and I forgot most of what I wrote now or said about it. So there you go. But thanks for joining me anyway. And I say keep keep in touch. I say a lot of City channels doing a lot of stuff on this sucker league, so just keep checking up there. But obviously, unless anything more exciting happens, there's no real point, is there? I mean, we know what it is at the moment. Now we wait to see what the backlash is and what's going to happen with certain competitions, etc., in the Premier League. More importantly, which is very odd. Anyway, whatever you're going to do this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we meet here again on the Citizen channel, or perhaps have a flick across, have a look at my film and TV channel. All I ever ask of you is please stay safe, Blues. Thanks for watching. Come on, City. Bye for now.